Okay, we're going to start by creating the outlines and shadows of our vector portrait here. Basically, the outlines and shadows layer is the layer where we form the first sense of likeness and structure of our vector portrait. So we'll be mostly concentrating on the shadow areas around the mouth, around the weights here, the deeper areas or the darker areas in color consistency in regards to the clothing, and outlining the facial features like we say. Okay, so I'm just going to flip over to this previous illustration I was commissioned to create a sports editorial from, and we can see the outlines and shadows layer here. We've got the outlines around the eyes, nose, mouth, and drawing in the main shadows on the clothing and body parts. Okay, so let's flip back to our reference image. We're actually going to start by looking in our tools palette, making sure that we've got a black fill and no stroke. So it's just a default black and white. So basically what we do is just flip that to a black fill, hit the stroke to the forefront, and then just select the none box. There's a white box with a diagonal red line through it, and make sure we're hitting P for pen tool. And now I'm just going to zoom in by clicking Control or Command Z and just scrolling down left, right, up and down just by holding down the space bar. Okay, that's excellent. Actually going to click up into the top right hand corner there, and it's actually going to set my opacity to 0. I like to do this so I can still see the reference image I'm drawing from, as well as seeing the outline of the shape that I'm creating with Illustrator. Okay, so we've got a red shape here, for example. So I'm just going to literally just click and drag with a pencil. Nice click and drag motion. Maybe zoom in again one more time. Control Command Plus, and just going along the outside, being sure to adhere to any slight changes in direction. Just a nice smooth click and drag motion. Okay, now when we come to the corner here, we can see that there's some inconsistencies with the texture. So what we're going to do is just display this by just weaving out like so. Weaving in and out like so. And when we come back round to the edges, we can see that the shape thins out again. And we're just going to create a nice shape here. Zoom in one more time. Get our circle. That means we completed our shape. Just click and drag out like so. And we'll put our opacity up to 100. Let's just zoom out and just see the shape we've created. Now we're going to concentrate on this area, sort of the base of the nose, the middle partition between the nostrils, and then also going on to the left side of the nostril as we look at it. So again, clicking and dragging, putting our opacity back to 0. Okay, so I'm just going to click and drag along the edge here. So this is likely to be a thinner shape. Okay, because what we're going to do is just go up, and now we're going to come back on ourselves. Just do a sort of small loop, and literally now just create a nice thin line going along to completion. Okay, so we probably need to zoom in so we can keep it nice and thin as possible, getting that drawn sketchy comic line work look. Okay, and I'm just going to click, drag and hold. Now I don't particularly like the positioning of this anchor point, so what I'm going to do is hit A for direct selection tool and click on that anchor point and just move it up slightly like so. Okay, now I'm going to hit the I for eyedropper tool and just select the previous shape, then just zoom out, and we're just going to draw one more shape round at the top of the nose bridge. So I'm just going to scroll down and just show evidence of the top of the nose bridge here. We probably will not need to turn the opacity off on this particular shape. And then we're just going to literally just zoom out, turn off the visibility of the base layer, and we can see that we're getting some evidence of the nose there, start of the nose and some shadows. And let's just draw one more shape here just to give us that curved look at the top of the right side of the nostril like so. So I'm just going to weave in and out. Let's zoom in, go back to P for pen tool, in and out like so, and then we're going to go back on ourselves and complete our shape. Okay, now we can see how we use the outlines and shadows layer basically. So ultimately that is how you create the outlines and shadows layer for a vector portrait within Adobe Illustrator.